I'm Mike Masuko from Pulaski County. What I'm hearing here is this. Robert's rules, by the way, the rules of the Republican Party are set up to give you decorum and to be followed by the vote. So we did that. We acted in decorum, we passed what we wanted, and for some reason, the other side is supposed to, okay, let's enact these things. So the enforcement or the inaction is not happening. And we've been polite about it, and we will be, how long has it been since the meeting? 2, 3 weeks? Okay, we are being ignored. So, I suggest, and we tried it, several counties have done it, is do your resolutions. I never was a big fan of resolutions because they don't have an impact. We tried to pass ours in Pulaski County, and then, you know, people stood up and casted unreasonable doubt that we were doing the right thing, as they discussed. We took out some of the language that was, I would say, aggressive towards the other side. But still, hey, we did this, and we expect you to execute what we did. And we're going to run it again, and I think every county should do that. In addition to along what Margot said, I'm telling you, we just need to just mass email them and drive them crazy and let them know. Also, she's getting the press out on Dave Ellswick's show, Conduit, which is good. But I've heard people say, well, go on Conduit. There are people who are, well, who's Conduit? I don't know if they're lying or not. But eventually this is going to get out to the press. And I can't wait till that happens. And where I live is, why don't we call the Arkansas Times? You know, I read them every day because that lets me know what the competition's up to. I also go to the Democrat committee in Pulaski and read their minutes to find out what they're up to. But you give them something like that, they'll love to publish all that stuff about the Republican Party. And I think that's what wakes them up. I'm sorry it's come to this, but we have followed the decorum issues outlined by Robert's rules as well as our rules, and we're following them. They're not.
Right.
So we're going to have to force it in there. We've been polite and nice up until now. She's been very eloquent on Dave Ellswick explaining things, and so has Jimmy. And they're not listening. So she's got a trail of emails, great for the paper trail. If it comes down to that, here's all the stuff, no response. We're being ignored, folks. So there is strength in numbers. And I was hoping we'd have more from our county here because a lot of people just didn't understand what we did and accomplished at that meeting. And think about it, we rented a bus to get our people up there. And then we had people from the other side in our county committee questioning, well, did you take people to dinner? Did you do this? No, we got a bus to get everybody up there and back. So they're trying to, and we voted on that. So we did everything according to the rules laid out. So now it's time. We're going to have, it's strength in numbers, and I don't want to hear this, well, you know, we shouldn't make them mad. Aren't they making you mad?
They're already mad.
Hey, we were the ones that organized.
Yes.
And there's only 3 things we need to be, you know, surrounding ourselves around. The platform, the principles, and the rules of the game.
Absolutely.
And anything else we don't agree on, it doesn't matter. When we come into these meetings, those 3 things, now we got to force it on them. They don't like it because we moved their cheese. Remember the old book, Who Moved My Cheese? We just moved their cheese. And we got to stick together. I don't want to hear anyone, no, I don't want to make them mad. I mean, what are they going to do? They've already made us mad.
I approve. Make them mad.
I think we all need to, you know, the county committees all need to get the resolutions. I mean, at least it shows unity, number 1. And then I'm for that. Let's inundate that email box with, hey, what's going on? When's it being implemented? They're going to have to do something. And then, gee, if I happen to drop a dime over there at Arkansas Times and say, hey, you know, we're having a little problem over here. Which, by the way, just for the record, I was an election commissioner in Pulaski County. And I went to Governor Sanders' rally in Jacksonville just to hear them out. We had all our elected officials there. I stood in the back next to Tom Cotton's parents I never held a sign. I never gave out hamburgers. I didn't park cars. I didn't even help old ladies up ramps. Do you know somebody dropped a dime from the Republican Party on me as an election commissioner being at that event, and that's against the rules. But I read the rules. As long as I don't participate, I can go. But that's what they did to me, because they saw, uh-oh, this guy really isn't one of us. And now, you know, we're continuing on. So that's what they do. I've since left the commission because I can do more damage being away from there. So, anyway, folks, I just hope everybody gets on that same board. I mean, some people may not want to do that, but I believe we got more. We're going to have to force this issue.